Hey guys, welcome to episode 15 of the Personal Project Podcast. This is a personal development podcast where I, Katie Arrington, discuss my personal project, me. I'm a digital artist and life coach, and I struggled with anxiety, depression, insecurity, self-loathing, procrastination, and so much more. This podcast is my weekly update on what I'm doing to create a better life for myself. Okay, so um, I am currently running on no sleep. Um, so excuse me if this is a particularly delirious episode. But so yeah, I'm feeling a lot of like weird energy right now, really good energy because I had two coaching clients today, and these clients are the first people that I coached who are like uh who aren't other coaches, because I've been practicing a lot with other coaches. Like we would coach each other at the training, and we've called each other since the training, and worked on each other. Um, but it's different because when you're working with coaches, they're very much they're very much into this stuff too, and a lot of them know this stuff. So you do kind of coach people differently when you're just starting out, um, and you like teach a lot more of the basics, all that kind of stuff, and just wanting to make sure that it comes across. And also, yeah, you just know that like when you're coaching coaches, well, of course they're into it, and of course they're gonna find it valuable. But so I was super excited to work with the two people today who booked with me, and they they're the ones that contacted me about my free coaching that I am offering. And oh my goodness, it was so much fun, you guys. Holy crap. It was so much fun. First of all, it's really cool that I got to meet virtually, like hear the voices of the people that have supported me and followed me. And I'm just like eternally grateful. And I'm so excited that I get to help people back, I guess, like as a thank you for all the support. And that just makes me so happy. I'm like just feeling so good at the idea that um, okay, so at the training, or right now, um, all the coaches who are looking for free clients as well, they're either being provided by the school because the school like sends out a mass email, or they'll like ask acquaintances, friends or family or something like that. For me, all of my 10 spots was filled up by people who either like follow me or support me or in the Discord group. Um, and that just like makes my heart sing. Like I love that, like me improving myself and working on myself is also helping you guys. Like you guys get to benefit from that too. And yeah, it was just so great. Like the two sessions I had today. And of course, there was a part of me that was super excited and was just like, oh my God, I can't wait to help. Like that's all I could think of. It was like, I can't wait to help and give back and just help show them their mind. But of course, there was a part of me that was like, oh God, I hope I do a good job. Like, oh man, like, what if I do terribly and then they'll like think badly of me, as and they followed me. What if they unfollow me now? Like, don't want to support me. Of course, there were thoughts like that. But in the end, both of them ended up so amazing. I had a ton of fun, and I think the two people, well, you guys know who you are, Anisha and Juan. Like you guys, like I hope you guys got a lot out of it. I think you did. It sounded like you did, especially because you guys wanted to extend. And yeah, so I'm feeling a lot of like good energy right now. Like I'm feeling like such a high from it. And it's such a high because like holy crap. I know that this was like what I was meant to do on this earth. Like this is what I was meant to do. My purpose just feels so solid, and it's like I just want to live and breathe it. And so that was yeah, that was amazing. So thank you for everyone who wanted to sign up for the free coaching. I'll talk to the rest of you guys later in the week. Okay, so Like I said, I am running on no sleep. And I'm not saying like, oh, I had 1 hour or 2 hours of sleep. I literally didn't sleep. It's no good. Um, and I want to talk about what happened, like why this happened, and what I learned from it. Because this is actually not the first time this has happened. Like, this happens to me actually kind of semi regularly where I like cannot sleep. Cannot sleep. Even if I mean, I didn't try very hard, like to put on like, sleep meditations or things like that. I mean, I definitely could have tried harder, but yeah, this was just one of those things where like I could not sleep. And this one's the worst because this one I literally didn't sleep, right? But and other times it was like I would try to sleep and then I couldn't until like 2 a.m. or something. I would like watch stuff in bed, like when it just took so long, just so I could like bore myself or like tire myself out. Um, but this time, yeah, I just couldn't sleep all the way through, and so that's a problem because 2 episodes ago I really talked about like being grateful, and I really, really am so grateful for my body and for my youth and for my health, like all of it. I'm so, so grateful that this is not okay. Like, I am not going to tolerate this any longer. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I want to figure this out. So, pretty much, I like this happens to me because I would get really excited about an idea that I would have. So like I have some kind of business idea, or I have a painting idea, or I have like, any kind of idea or like concept that I want to do for my business or like a project. I would think of something, I would get these ideas, and I would get so like I would get a really strong emotion, like entire body emotion. Like my whole body would get really hot, which made it even harder to sleep because like I was hot under the covers, I was cold over the covers. Like again, I had an idea yesterday. I was just thinking about like, I'm thinking about what can I do to like improve my business, to like, be able to pay my bills, move out one day. How can I serve people? How can I get people to be interested in what I have to offer? All that kind of stuff. And like I had some ideas, and yeah, it was like in the past, I thought it was excitement. Um, I thought this was me just being so excited, and it's funny that these ideas tend to come up right before I go to sleep, or like very soon before I go to sleep. And so yeah, in the past I thought it was excitement, and then I listened to a podcast on Brooks, Brooke Castillo's podcast, and I heard her talking about a woman who would mistake excitement, or she would mistake anxiety for excitement. Like for a long time, she had thought anxiety was like her being excited. And when I first heard it, it didn't resonate with me. But then, like, after I heard it and then I had a few sleepless nights again, that's when I was like, oh shit. Because I really know what excited feels like. Excited is like, oh, like if I'm about to see a dog, if I know that I'm about to see a dog, like my excitement is through the roof, like I love that feeling. But when I'm, about to go to sleep like this, and I get that feeling of like I can't sleep, I'm feeling something, it's actually not excitement. Turns out it is anxiety. And I know it because there's this like different feeling to it. It just doesn't feel as clean of a feeling compared to excitement. Also, it feels like when I describe anxiety in this way, it feels like static. It feels like there's static running through my body, and so it doesn't feel like as nice as excitement. So then I discovered at that point that like, oh shit, like that is something that I do as well. That I've been mistaking anxiety for excitement. I mean, that's good to know because like when I was feeling when I thought it was excitement, I was like kind of pissed off that I had to be going to bed because I was like, shit, I'm really excited right now. I wish I could be doing stuff. Like, I don't want to lose this. So I would kind of let that feeling spin, right? Like, yeah, I would just spin in bed about it because I'm like, I'm excited right now. I want to feel this way. But once I understood that it's anxiety, I was like, oh no, this is not as good. And so last night it just got really bad because I couldn't sleep at all. And so I really thought about it. I did like a thought download on it, and I was trying to understand what is happening here. And what I am seeing is that, okay, so in the personal development world, in the like both the very practical side and the very woo-woo side, so like law of attraction stuff, and then there's Brooke Castillo stuff that's very, very practical. Both people, or both like schools of thought, they're very, very much always talking about how you need to cultivate the belief of a goal or yeah, of something that you want. You have to cultivate that the belief. Like you have to really, really believe that it's like already done. If you really want it, you have to like act as if you already have what you want, right? And they're always talking about like, don't worry about the how. Do not worry about the how. The how is not what matters. What matters is your belief in your goal. Whatever it is, you have to first believe that you can achieve it before you figure out the how. Because the how is not important. Like the how is just like, there's many hows, but the belief is what's really, really important. And they also talk about how you really need to let go of the how. Like you need to not be attached to it, because when you're attached to it, like the only reason you believe that you can achieve a goal is because you believe in the how. Well, that's an issue, because if the how fails, which it most likely, well, no, not most likely, but it tends to happen, right? Like we try something, it fails. That tends to happen. And so if we attach the belief to the how, then we lose the entire belief. Like we don't even believe the goal is possible. And that's what most people do, right? Like we come across one obstacle or one failure and we just immediately are like, nope, this doesn't work. Like I'm clearly not meant for this. So that's why they really talk about like, you got to believe in the goal, not the how. Because if you believe in the goal, no matter how many times your hows fail, you're just going to keep going, right? You're going to keep pushing through and get to the other side. Like you'll just keep trying all sorts of hows until you succeed. Like it's inevitable. If you really, really believe in the goal, it's inevitable for you to have success, because you're just, no matter what like you do, you're just going to keep trying. You're going to keep trying until it works. You're not attaching, or you're not attached to the how. So, knowing that, what I really realize is that I am fully being attached to the how when I get myself in this anxious state and then I can't sleep. So what I mean by that is like I had an idea before I went to bed and I'm like super excited about it, super anxious. And it's because I like really like this idea. I'm really excited about it and I think it could be great. But I really attach my belief of the goal, because, I have this idea and I'm like, whoa, like that could really work. Like maybe that could, really gain me some traction kind of thing. And then I get super anxious and super like, anxious, I guess. And I'm kind of feeling like I'm in a rush. And it's because I am still not believing or acting like someone who believes that the goal is already done, right? Because so let's say I pretend that I am I am successful, but like the goal that I want, right? Like let's say that goal happens here right now, like it's already done. I'm currently living it. Well, somebody who currently has that goal accomplished isn't losing sleep over it, right? Yeah, who believes that's completely done and acting like that, they're not losing sleep over like one idea. Yeah, and it's also because like I'm still kind of coming from a place of like, oh, I can only be happy once I reach that goal, I guess. And so when I got this idea, when I have the how, and I was like, oh man, this is it. This is what's going to make me happy, because I'm not happy right now. This how is what's going to make me happy. I got myself super attached to it. And I know, like, I can see it in the future that if that how doesn't work, I'm going to feel super bummed. Like, I'm going to get really heartbroken by it not working, right? Like, that's kind of like where I'm heading right now. And so this was very eye-opening. Because how would I act if, like, all of my goals or the goal that I have right now is totally here, right? Like, it's here right now. Um, I mean, I did a model on it, and I think my thought was like, well, my feeling would be just this sense of like calm, and I would already also be feeling happy. Um, and I guess I would be, oh, I made my new model. What I really wanted was like, okay, I can see like I get myself excited about one idea, but then like I get myself to more of like a, rather than anxious, I get myself to more of a determined feeling of like, no matter, like the thought is like no matter the how, I'm going to keep trying no matter what, right? Like no matter what the idea is, I will keep trying. And that brings me down, right? Like that calms me down. Like determined feels so much less chaotic than anxiety. And I can sleep, I can go to bed feeling determined. And then I can carry that over in the morning. But when I'm in bed and I'm feeling anxious and I'm restless and I'm like, my body's like, oh shit, look, this is how we're gonna be happy. Like we gotta get going. But like if I was in a determined space where I'm like, no, the goal's already done because no matter what I do, I'm going to keep trying. No matter what fails, I'm not going to I'm not going to hold myself hostage to the how, and to if it fails. So that has been really huge for me. I'm going to, yeah, we'll see next time. I'm sure I'll have ideas that I get like way too anxious about. And I want to see if like, I can bring that awareness to this. Like, okay, okay, brain, like calm down. Like, that's cool. I'm really glad that you thought of an idea that you're excited about. But here's the thing, like, we're going to keep going no matter what. If this one doesn't work, that's okay. We're going to keep going. And that just brings me, it kind of brings me back down to earth. It feels a lot better. I feel like I can go to sleep with that. I feel like I can finally get some peace with this kind of issue because it's very frustrating, because I really care about my calendar. I really care about my body and I really care about like giving myself the right amount of sleep so that then I can be the best version of myself the next day, especially because, I have all this stuff planned out. Like I want to like set myself up for success and plan my day so that I really get done the things that are important to me without overworking myself, without using like exhaustion as a status symbol. But it's just totally ruined, if I don't get proper sleep because my brain is just not working at the right way, right? Yeah. So that has been pretty enlightening, and if I'm curious if anyone else has ever experienced this, like it's not just being restless, like it's not just insomnia. It's more like it's like I'm lying in bed and my head is just spinning and spinning and spinning about my idea, and I'm just having these thoughts of like I need to do this now, I have to do this now, when I'm not gonna. I'm just lying there in bed, but I'm like sweating. I'm like working myself up, and then I just can't sleep until like the wee hours. But this is enough. I'm not doing this again. We're not doing this again. I told myself that like I am never ever 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 um doing another all-nighter in my life. Like ever. Like that was in high school. I'm not doing that again. I refuse to. My body deserves better than that. And yeah. So I hope that was enlightening for you. If that was, yeah. I'm just really curious if anyone else has experienced like confusion between excitement or anxiety, and if anyone has like, been kept up late because of, yeah, just like being too attached to an idea and thinking like this is my ticket to happiness, you know? Which is not what we want, because happiness is completely available to us now. Okay. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. So, if you listened all the way until the end here, I'm really excited to announce that I am going to be opening up my next set of 10 clients. My first 10 was all filled up. Like I said, thank you so much to everyone who are allowing me to serve them. I really, really appreciate that you trust me enough to let me do that. And I appreciate that you're letting me get as much practice as I possibly can. So the 10 spots are totally booked up, but now I am opening up 10 more. The first 10 was up to 6 sessions free. And now this new set of 10, you get up to 3 free. And if you're interested in working with me further, then it will be completely at a half price until I get certified in December. I just, I can't recommend coaching enough, you guys. Like when I hired a coach, I honestly feel like my life has exploded since then. My mental health is like, it's just growing and it's just getting better and better every day. It doesn't mean that like I'm happy every single moment, but there's just such a level of trust with myself now because of that, because I know that I can take care of myself because I was taught how to take care of myself. Um, and yeah, we put a lot of emphasis on physical health, which is very important, but I also think mental health is so important. And not just like, and I can even argue, I think that it could be more, because it can totally affect your mental health, right? Or sorry, your physical health, right? And, like if there's any part of you that's just like, oh my God, I'm so sick of procrastinating. I'm so sick of getting in my own way. Like I clearly have something that I want to do on this planet. I want to contribute. I have a passion. I want to create and I want to get my stuff out there to show to the world. But if you just keep finding yourself like fighting yourself, negotiating with yourself, if there's a part of you that's just so sick of that, message me. Seriously, message me. Let's get on the phone. Even one free session is so amazing. Okay? So I really hope I hear from you. I'm so excited to offer this to you because I am personally so eternally grateful to my coach. Like it was the best investment in my entire life. So, okay, that's my spiel. Another thing is that, so from now on, I'm actually planning on doing these podcasts live on Instagram. So, if you're interested in joining me live on Instagram, like a day before I release it on YouTube, and you get to chat with me live, so, I'll come on Instagram and I'll chat with you first a little bit in the beginning, just being like, hello, hello. And then, I'll talk about my week, what I did that week to improve, all that kind of stuff. And then, I'll finish the recording. And then on the Instagram live, I'll stay and chat and kind of like respond to any questions, all that kind of stuff. But that's not going to be shown on the podcast when I upload it. Like the podcast that's going to be on YouTube will just be the section that I talk like currently, like now. So if you have questions, if you want to like chat and all that kind of stuff, please follow me on my personal development Instagram account. So I have an art account, which is at Katie Illustrates. And then I have a personal development or like my life coaching business account, which is Katie fucking Arrington. So I'll have that all linked down below in the description and stuff. Like, I really hope I see you there. I think it'd be really fun to just kind of update each other on, what we did that week to make a better life for ourselves. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. I really, really appreciate every single one of you who watch this and listen to this and listen to me ramble and find some insight through it as well. I love you guys very much. Have a really amazing, wonderful, beautiful day. Okay, bye.